Yo, welcome back to Happiness 1 Definitive Edition. Last time we got introduced to our main character and all the people in the literature club and his friend Hassan, who is really horny. Hang on, I have my notes. I should just read my notes. I'll just read my notes verbatim from last time. 8th of April 2012. Protagonist, mind-wiped, met Miral in 2018. 2012 self fused with 2018 body. Didn't have the TSR, so memory got wiped when time corrected itself. Head always hurts. Missing girl Miral, volleyball club. Last seen at a regional match. Rumored of running away from abusive father. Said cryptic things about happiness to Carmen a month ago. Captured by interdimensional criminal. Otaku girl equal third member. Carmen witty and cunning. Founder of the club. Anya last to join the club. Friends with Otaku girl and dislike Hassan. Hassan joined the club after Anya joined. And Miral was captured at the Solemn Wood Factory where there was a fire 10 years ago. So yeah, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I think everyone got that. One thing I do notice, I remember at the very beginning, when the protagonist was surrounded by seagull poop, his head did hurt back then also. It seems like a constant thing that the protagonist's heads hurt. And also, people at school saying that Miral was always complaining about her father. Maybe they thought she was saying that she was being abused, but maybe she was just complaining about us because we're her father. Yeah, I don't know. Didn't she just say that she was really trying to blend in and not let herself be discovered? But apparently she was talking to people at school about this. Whatever. Anyway, let's continue. I opened my eyes just to be greeted by a familiar room. Ugh, my head. Not again. I slept pretty early yesterday, so why am I still getting these headaches? I was wondering if I should see a doctor, but then I noticed the time on my phone. 7:03 a.m.? Oh, I woke up early again. I can probably slack off in bed for a bit. Maybe use this extra time to clear my head from all the weird shit that happened yesterday. It's like the example from the time travel. If you get up or stay in bed, but your neighbor is gonna knock at your door. No, there's no point in overthinking things. I'll just drive myself crazy for no reason. Let's just head up to school and move on. Oh, you missed your neighbor. A few minutes later, I was already on my way. The city didn't look any different today. The shop owners were getting ready to start their day. Students were heading out to school with an aura of depression and drowsiness surrounding them, which is one thing I can relate to. Whoever decided that school should start at 8 a.m. is a goddamn demon. After taking a swift left at the last intersection, I found myself in the middle of Sandy High School. Good old Sandy High School. I still have more than a year to spend at this school. Okay, so you're like on your second to last year, right? Yeah. I suppose it's not that bad. At least you have... Didn't you say you were 19? Or was that someone else speaking? At least you have a few trees with the perfect shade to take a nap between classes. Oh, that's what you're thinking. And wait, that's a plot hole. How did the bird poop get near him if he was under the tree? I think I'm starting to doubt the story. And as long as you don't get attacked by a bunch of seagulls, you're pretty much guaranteed to have a peaceful nap. Why is there a quotation mark here? What else can to say about the school? I don't think there is much can to say about the school. I suppose some of you are probably interested in the quality of education here and the level of knowledge you can gain. No, I'm good. I don't need to know. To those I say, stop it, nerds. Go enjoy your youth. Oh, he's talking to himself. So creepy. A blonde girl with a mischievous smile approached me from behind. I quickly looked back at her and said, "What do you want, Anya?" We don't know the protagonist's name, do we? What's wrong? Why are you looking at me like that? There's no header on the text bubble either to say her name. Our name, I meant. What's wrong? Why are you looking at me like that? I couldn't help but feel a bit self-conscious as she stared at me in confusion. Do I have something on my face? I made sure to wash my face properly, I think. It's nothing. It's just the first time you... Never mind. This isn't what I came to talk about. Came to talk to you about. Remember that missing volleyball student we spoke about in the club the other day? No, I forgot. A sudden feeling of unease took over me as I nodded back at her. Well, it seems I was right. She did run away from her abusive father. Anya replied that she proudly placed her hands on her hips as if declaring her victory. What do you mean? I mean what I just said. Are you still half asleep, Mr. Senpai? A friend of mine called me last night and told me she spoke to the missing girl. Apparently, are you talking about Carmen? Apparently, the missing student is coming back to school today. She's probably here already. What? Miral is here? I yelled out in astonishment. I mean, I did speak with her yesterday, and she appeared to be physically okay, but mentally she was really unstable. She was spewing all kinds of crazy shit about time travel and being my daughter and all kinds of delusions. She shouldn't be allowed to return to school in her condition. Miral? Is that her name? I didn't realize you two knew each other. Would you not, if a girl disappeared from your school, you would see her name everywhere. How would you not know her name? I see now. Anya shot me a cold stare, the same one she often gives Hassan when he tries to hit on her. Bye. Wait, I tried to call out to her, but she kept walking away without giving me a second glance. Jeez, what the hell did I say to tick her off like this? Oh well, by this point, I should be accustomed to weird social interactions. This is nothing compared to how the other girls in the club behave. As I pushed my worries aside, I walked up the stairs and started heading to my classroom, classroom 15. Dude. Ugh, my ears. Why are you being so loud this early in the morning? I yelled back at Hassan as I massaged my temples. Oh god, it's happening, it's happening. It's coming, it's Prance. Calm down, you're being too loud. I'm serious, dude, it's really happening. And on the day I decided to wash my Babe Magnet uniform. Damn it, look at my outfit, dude. I look miserable. Hassan was not making sense, but then again, when did he ever? I ignored Hassan's mumblings and took my usual seat. When Hassan suddenly faced me and shouted with a nervous expression on his face. Check it, dude. She's really here. She's really here. She's exactly like I imagined. Beautiful orange hair, captivating green eyes, and a hot figure. That's my daughter you're talking about, young man. You better watch out. Miral? Following Hassan's line of sight, I was greeted by the sight of a familiar girl standing at the entrance of the room. The moment our eyes met, the orange-haired girl gave me a big smile and came running to me. When all of a sudden she jumped at me, wrapping her short arms around me, the same way she did yesterday. Good morning, Daddy. I think they're gonna misinterpret this. Did you miss me? I looked around me. The whole classroom fell into silence as everyone stared at us in shock. You literally just said you were really trying your best to blend in and make yourself secret. You're not really blending in right now. All but Hassan, who had a scary, murderous look in his eyes. Dude, the interdimensional criminal is gonna find you again. But that didn't stop Miral from hugging me ever tighter. What should I do? I mean, we gotta hug her back. Come on, don't be a meanie. I know I should push her away. I know I'm only creating more misunderstanding and complication for myself. But I can't, I just can't. When she hugs me, I feel like I'm going weak, as if my heart is being shattered piece by piece. And the only thing holding it together is her warm embrace. Okay, this is your daughter. Don't be weird. Feeling tireless, I wrapped my arms around her and started patting her head. Heh. Miral laughed happily. Guys, is it ethical to go back in the past and fuck your parents? But like, you're the same age, so there's no age gap. But like, is that fine? Is that okay? It was another warm day in April. The sky was clear and the clouds moved gently. Sadly, things were not as peaceful down here. How am I going to handle this? What's wrong? Why did you drag me to the roof? You look angry, Dad. I'm not. It just... You understand the situation we're in, don't you? What do you mean? Look, I admit something strange is going on. The way I feel when I'm around you, the way I'm currently feeling now, it's really confusing. I still don't believe your whole I'm your daughter who came from the future thing, but I do believe that perhaps you're correct about certain things. Well, so you believe me? I didn't say that, it doesn't matter. In any case, you must understand why you should stop without hugging, especially in public. What's wrong with hugging your father? Nothing, but even if you're my daughter from the future, we're currently of the same age. Same age, you say? So when you hug me, it makes others jump to a certain conclusion. And she said she... Wait, that doesn't make sense. She said... Didn't she say she was from 2018? And we're in 2012. She's not 6 years old. Whatever. Wait, no, did she say she was from... No, she didn't... I guess she didn't say she was from 2018. She said she met us in 2018. So I guess maybe she went back in past to 2018 and then went back in the past again to now. Miral? I understand. Morale replied with a dejected look before she added, "It's just that the last time we met, I was super mean to you to hide my identity. You're not really trying too hard right now. I don't want you to think badly of me. I don't remember ever meeting you before, so I don't really have a bad impression of you." "You're right. Thanks, Dad." Morale smiled happily. It seems she finally understood what I had been trying to tell her. At least that's what I thought before she grabbed my arm all of a sudden and yelled out, "It's past 8 a.m. We're late for class. Hurry, Daddy." Morale declared as she held my hand and dragged me with her. I need to have another talk with her, this time about holding hands. We're going to create a paradox, because now Carmen is going to see us hanging out with you, and she's going to get mad at us, and she's not going to date us, and so you're not going to be born, and you're gonna start disappearing from reality. It's like Back to the Future. What a troublesome girl. The way she acts, even if she believes I'm her father, is very odd. I mean, think about it. Do high school girls hug their father in public and hold his hands? Maybe some do, but most of them are past that phase. She's 6 years old, so why does she act like a girl around me? Like a little girl around me? Wait. She said that we had the mind of her 2012 self in her 2018 body. So does she have the mind of like a child, but in her teenager body? Doesn't she see me all the time in the future? I probably sound like a crazy person playing along with this whole daughter from the future thing. I let out another long sigh as I was being dragged down the stairs. Will this day ever end? After spending the whole day dealing with awkward stares from my classmates, half of them coming from Hassan, I felt pretty beaten up. I don't like being the center of attention. My idea of a good day is boring, peaceful, and uneventful. The great men of history are those who work from the backstage, away from prying eyes, are they? I'm trying to make it sound cool, but in all honesty, I'm just antisocial. Sigh, is this how school is going to be from now on? No, I already explained it to Miral, so I doubt she'll attempt to do anything weird again, I think. People are staring at you awkwardly because they think you have a girlfriend? Why? This means I just need to wait for my classmates to lose interest in me and move on to other things. There you are. Turn around just to be greeted by a familiar face. Her hair was really tied up in a ponytail. She gave me one of her usual ice-cold stares. Hey, here's your cell phone. You dropped it like 2 days ago. Your creepy friend gave me a spiteful look when I tried to ask him for your whereabouts. He probably means Hassan. Well, it doesn't matter. I just wanted to apologize for not showing up yesterday. It was a very rare thing to see Carmen genuinely apologize. I was taken aback a bit. Play it cool. Don't tell her you didn't come either. It's fine. I quickly replied as I fixated my gaze on the sight of the sun setting on the horizon. I was kind of relieved to see Carmen again. I thought for sure she got herself in trouble, but she seems to be doing alright. Although I still wonder about the text message and her reason for going to the factory. Ask her, especially since that factory was a place where Morale was being held captive. Something's off here. Oh, about the missing girl, I'm sure you're well aware that she went back to school. Yeah, seems I was wrong. She really did run away from home. Seems like it. Just like that man said. Huh? What man? I quickly replied with a confused expression. Did the interdimensional criminal message you? He didn't give me his name. He just sent me a text and offered to give me information about the missing girl if I met up with him in the old factory. No, he didn't. We saw your text messages. That sounds odd. I agree. He was a very weird person. The way he looked at me, made me uncomfortable. You saw him, but he did say that the missing girl will be returning to school tomorrow. Wait a second. You're saying he knew? Yeah, weird, huh? What are you talking about? I first thought... So, the timeline is you get a text message, and I guess then you call him, and he tells you to meet him alone at the abandoned factory, and you decide that's a good idea. So you go there, and you talk to him, and he says, oh, don't worry, she's gonna go back to school tomorrow. And you just... That's it? And also you dropped your phone at some point for some reason? I first thought he was her father. I mean, that would explain things, but he appeared too young to have a daughter her age. So I'm guessing he's a neighbor or a relative or something. Or the neighbor that was supposed to knock at her door. No, Carmen is terribly wrong. He was there at the old factory and he knew she'd be returning soon. That man was Morale's kidnapper. An interdimensional criminal. I was joking. Criminal, according to her. Are you an idiot? Huh? You heard me. You went to meet someone you don't know just because he sent you a shady text. Yeah, he's spitting. Are you out of your mind? He could have abducted you, or worse. What were you thinking? Unable to contain my anger, the truth slipped out of my mouth as I yelled at her. I was just... You're right. Huh? You're right, I was careless. Unable to find a proper response to this unusual situation, I decided to remain silent instead. Carmen's face bore a unique expression. It reminded me of the face of a small child being told off by their parents. It was an expression I never thought Carmen, the demon girl, could display, or rather was able to display. It was kind of cute. Kind of makes me want to have a child with her. Unable to stare at it anymore, I looked away. Following that, a long silence filled the air as we continued walking side by side. Carmen continued to look down with the same expression on her face, and I did my best to look away. This was probably the most awkward situation of the day. That's counting the whole Miral thing. Wait a second, didn't Miral say something interesting yesterday? Something concerning Carmen? Oh yeah, that's right. When I spoke about Carmen, Miral called her mom. I guess we better get started on that. I first believed that Miral was just fearing one of her post-trauma delusions. But if I'm starting to believe the whole daughter from the future thing, doesn't that mean Carmen can actually be Miral's mom? But would mean Carmen's going to be my future... Gulp? Can I ask you a question? Yes. Surprised by a sudden word, I nervously nodded my head. I don't usually listen to such things, but rumors are circulating. You know, I wonder, because I know this is part 1 of a fucking 30 game series somehow. I wonder if this was actually the first game to release, or if this is a prequel, and it was retroactively made like the first game in the series. Because this seems like a very slow-paced beginning for... I'm getting kind of prequel vibes, I don't know. Like I'm supposed to already know these characters or something. I don't usually listen to such things, but rumors are circulating. Rumors about you. Is it true? Carmen peered on my face as she awaited my answer. Whatever rumor you heard today is nothing but that. Really? Really? Really, really? Really, really? I see. Oh, she has a crush on us. Another long silence followed after that, and before any of us said another word, we found ourselves at the last intersection. Sermon is from a well-known family in her town, so her house is situated on the Upper East Side, next to the factory, the fancy neighborhood. See you tomorrow. Later. After saying our goodbyes, we broke off without saying another word as we headed our separate ways. Looking down at my feet, I noticed I was walking much slower than usual. Could it be because I had to match Carmen's pace all this time? Dude, the people... When you're walking with someone and they're walking faster than you, and they just fucking walk like a mile ahead of you, dude, it is the most annoying shit in the world. Oh my god, anyone who does that should be drawn and quartered. They should be fed to the fishes. They should be sent down to Davy Jones' locker. Oh my god, it's so annoying. Maybe I'm just a slow walker. Maybe it's my fault, but... Oh my god. Anyway, or could my feelings be trying to tell me something? Something my brain was too dense to comprehend. Good friend, walking at the same pace as her. Last time I spoke to you about time branches, we're doing this again. Okay, I'm probably gonna go on another tangent here. Points of contacts where thousands or even millions of different timelines converge before diverging once again into different paths. Yeah, I completely disagree with this, but I guess I'll take it as how the world in this story works. These time branches would require a huge amount of energy to be able to properly house all of those timelines and maintain the very fabric of time. This was the first conclusion I arrived at, but then I was quickly facing another major question. Where is all the energy stored? This is already... Okay, I'll just read this and then I'll say what I want to say after. And what kind of container can hold such massive power? If we consider time to be the fourth dimension, and the dimension that is inaccessible to third-dimensional creatures such as us humans, then we can logically deduce that the energy I'm searching for is locked in the fourth dimension as well. Yeah, obviously. And without any means to access the fourth dimension, that energy, that potential, is forever locked behind an impregnable wall. This was the conclusion I arrived at in my research. Is this us from the future? I failed my endeavor, my ambition was in vain. At least that's what I believed. For one fateful day, she sneaked into my lab. Miral? My daughter, okay, yeah, who just turned 16 years at the time. So if we're 19 in 2012, and we have a 16-year-old daughter, then it's at least 2028, probably later. She didn't even notice me coming in as she was engrossed in reading my research journal. I was ready to discipline her for breaking my rules. Then she suddenly spoke. Time energy. If such energy really exists, then it won't be stored in the fourth dimension. I was baffled. The way she spoke was like she understood my research. But no high school student could comprehend such advanced notions. At least not at first glance. But she continued to speak confidently. Such energy would require a physical container, a form that is both durable and strong enough to house it. Even if I take the game at its logic, which I disagree with, this doesn't follow. Wouldn't it just be like a universal constant? It would be like saying like, oh, where is the energy of gravity stored? Like it's just a universal constant. Like what do you mean where is gravity stored? It just is. So if time branches really exist, then their energy would be stored here in the 3D world. Yeah, obviously. It wasn't until she said those words that she finally acknowledged our presence with a pure smile on her face. I quickly lost my urge to discipline her because she just gave me the greatest gift. My 16-year-old daughter gave me the best gift a father could ask for. She gave me the key to happiness. I quickly opened my... Is happiness the name of your time travel machine? Or I quickly opened my eyes to just to be greeted by a familiar sensation. Bird poop? Not again. It's been almost a week. Why am I still waking up with a headache? Okay, yeah, this is happening every single time. Is it because you lost your memories? That's it. I'm going to get myself checked out tomorrow. While massaging my temples, I took a look around me. I was lying on the grass under a tall tree. Alright, I came here to take a nap before the afternoon classes started. I wouldn't say my nap was exactly pleasant, but at least I didn't get shit on by seagulls, so I give it a B+. The moment I thought that to myself, I felt a sudden presence behind me. Hello, Miral. Busted, haha. Miral, what are you doing here? I was just watching you nap. You're really talking your sleep. Were you having a bad dream? I don't think so. I don't know. I can seem to remember my dreams lately. I can't. Oh, so the time travel scenes we've been seeing are dreams. Okay, so yeah, so we have gotten our mind wiped. And these are memories that are coming back to us. I see. So it has already begun. What do you mean? Nothing, heh. You told us about the interdimensional criminal. You told us about the TSR. You told us about meeting us in 2018, but you won't tell us about this? Really? I'll scoot over. I want to sleep under the tree as well. Huh? Before I could object, Merle was already lying on the grass and urging me to give her some space under the tree. Sheesh, what a troublesome girl. Although I talked with her multiple times already, she still doesn't respect my personal space. You know, this is completely unrelated, but I just thought, what the fuck am I gonna do for thumbnails for this game? Because usually I use like CGs that I get in the episode, or like in the previous episode, because I tried not to use like spoiler CGs. But this game doesn't have CGs, so I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I'll figure it out. Well, at least she stopped hugging me in public and saying stuff that could easily be misunderstood. I guess my daughter is not completely hopeless after all. Did I just say my daughter? Well, yeah, I did. You know, despite denying this whole daughter from the future thing at first, at one point I just had to give up and accept things. It is often said that life is stranger than fiction, and I can't think of a more fitting example than this. I've always loved time travel stories and even read time travel theories on the internet. So I'm not 100% against the idea of traveling through time. So at the end of the day, there are way crazier things in life than lying on the grass with your future daughter. Are there? Not being able to push away the little voice in my head that was mocking me for admitting such things, I decided to stare at the crystal blue sky instead. At least the beautiful white clouds won't call me crazy or to judge my sanity. Hey, Dad? Morale, who was lying next to me, spoke while fixating her gaze on the mighty blue sky. Yeah? Do you like my new outfit? It's fine, although I would have preferred you wear a longer skirt. Really are, Dad. I chose this outfit because it looks so much like what Mom usually wears. A school uniform? Mom is usually wearing a school uniform? You mean Carmen? Duh, who else? Hey, Dad? Yeah? Do you love Mom? Whoa, where did that come from? I quickly replied as I stuttered in my words. It's just that ever since I came here to this timeline, I made sure to keep an eye on you two, but it almost seems like you two hate each other. If you and Mom don't fall in love and get married, then that would mean I won't be born. Yeah, I talked about that. Morale replied with a worried expression. See, so that's why you said those strange words to her a couple of months ago. A happiness your heart desires, but soul declines. You were trying to push her towards me, weren't you? Oh, okay. Wow, did Mom tell you about that? Yeah, that was me, but I'm surprised you managed to piece things together. You're really not as dense as Mom used to tell me when I was a child. Well, I invented a time travel machine, so can't be that stupid. Dense? Pff, that sounds like something she'll say about me. Hey, you two always teased each other like that. But in this timeline, it's different. Neither of you seem to try to make a move. Especially you, Dad. Don't you have feelings for Mom? Dad? I don't know. The moment I said that, I got up on my feet and started looking away as if avoiding her piercing gaze that was demanding answers I didn't have. I see. Morale replied as she shot me a sad look in her eyes. I felt as if my soul would shatter if I continued to gaze at it, so I looked away and said, I don't really understand my feelings toward her. I cannot give you a solid answer. It's okay, Dad, I understand. No, you don't. Huh? I might not understand my feelings for her, but there is something I'm 100% sure of. What is it? My feelings for you. I realized what I said was kind of cheesy, so I decided to look away when suddenly... I love you so much! Morale declared as she once again decided to wrap her short arms around me. Geez, my daughter is a cheesy person, just like our father. We spoke a bit more after that. I made sure to remind her once again to avoid doing or saying stuff that could be misunderstood by others. But she just puffed her cheeks and waved me goodbye, saying she had to go to volleyball practice. Sigh, that girl. But she did remind me of something. Club activities. If we believe that she is her daughter, can we not ask her more questions about the whole time travel thing? Since Muriel returned to school safely, the principal announced that club activities are resuming today. I can't believe I forgot about that. I think I got used to the extra free time, so it slipped my mind. Oh well, let's go before they send the creep again. Heading up the stairs, I quickly arrived at the abandoned third floor. The music. The long corridor was devoid of any signs of life. I guess everyone is already at the club. Walking down the long hallway, I've arrived outside the last classroom on the path. And then I got attacked by an interdimensional criminal who fucking kidnapped me and tortured me in the abandoned Salem wood factory. That's where my story ends. I could hear voices from the inside. With a swift move, I turned the knob on the door and walked inside the classroom. Noticing my arrival, the club room went silent as the other members gave me cold stares. Sorry, I'm late, I said with an apologetic look on my face, but no answer was received. They just kept looking at me as if I were a ghost or a demon or something. Did they see us hugging Miral through the window or something? It was starting to get awkward when all of a sudden someone stood up from the chair and spoke. Good of you to finally join us. It was Carmen who broke the silence. It seems she dropped the ponytail. I wonder where she had it in the first place. Oh well, who cares? Probably not important. I sat down at the far side of the room and started playing with my phone when Carmen continued speaking. Anyway, like I was saying, club activities are officially back, so make sure to join the club room at the usual hours. I suppose that's it. Any questions? I have a question. Everyone in the club room turned around to the person uttering these words. Are the rumors true? Are you and Miral dating? Hassan declared with a dejected voice as he addressed me. Taken aback by Hassan's sudden and direct question, I failed to find the proper words. Stop it, Hosni. Why does she call him that? We shouldn't pry into other people's personal affairs. Let me lower the volume a bit. Stop calling me Hosni. My name is Hassan and you know it. Ah, there we go. Plus, I'm just asking the questions we're all thinking about. Nesrin is right. Oh, that's the otaku girl's name? Such topics are personal and should not be preyed upon by others, Carmen declared confidently. Wait a second, didn't she ask me the same question yesterday? Also, who's this Nesrin she's talking about? Let him talk, I want to know the answers as well. I mean, it's better to address the elephant in the room before everything comes crashing down. Did you never know the otaku girl's name before this? Is she calling me an elephant? Sigh, damn it, Hassan. I doubt I can just brush this off by remaining quiet or changing the subject. I need to say something. What should I say? I mean, if we say we're dating, then we won't be able to get with Carmen and she's not gonna be born. It's a paradox. Really? Yeah, that was just a big misunderstanding. She and I are kind of related. Okay, now that's sorted out. Any other questions? You don't have any questions at me saying that I'm related to the girl who disappeared for a week? After Carmen said that, the whole club room went silent once again. It seems I managed to dodge the bullet. Can you imagine if I had to explain everything to them? Geez, I'll be in a strap jacket in no time. As I looked down at my feet, I couldn't help but wonder, when did my life become this chaotic? About a week ago. The rest of the day was relatively quiet. It seems Miral was too busy with her volleyball practice that she didn't pay me a surprise visit. The son returned to his usual mood and his creepy smile was once again plastered on his face, but I was still getting odd looks from the other students in my classroom, so things weren't all peachy. But I didn't mind that because tomorrow is the weekend. Finally, a day I can truly relax and clear out my head. At least that's what I thought. Sigh, why does it have to be today? Okay, so here's what happened. Yesterday night, just before I went to sleep, I received a phone call. Do you not have parents, by the way? Which was weird in itself since I rarely receive phone calls. I mean, my phone is on airplane mode half the time to save battery. Based. Anyway, what was odd was the phone conversation itself. The caller was Miral, future daughter. Oh yeah, her, who asked me to meet her at the shopping mall during the weekend. Of course, I quickly refused. It's so funny to put future daughter in parentheses. Even if she is my daughter, I still deserve some me time. What a good dad. But then she called it an emergency, something to do with the reason she traveled back in time. I was going to refuse again, but the urgency in her tone made me hesitate. And voila, here I am, standing in a woman's clothing wing at 9 AM. Sigh, I probably let out more sighs these past few days than in the 17 years I spent on this earth. 17? Okay. Okay, then the monologue that we saw earlier, they said there were 19. That was someone else? Or was it you in 2 years? I should go back and look. 17 in 2012. Anyway, where is she? It's way past 9 AM. Don't tell me she overslept. Come on, Miral, don't leave your pops hanging. When I stand still like this, I get the urge to pee. I'm sorry for being late. A sudden voice emerged from behind me. About freaking time, or did she set us up? Huh, Carmen? Good morning. What are you doing here? What do you mean? I was invited, same like you. Miral invited you? Yeah, didn't she tell you? She, must have forgot. I see. Well, on my way back home yesterday, she called me out and asked me to help her shop for new clothes. She wants us to fuck and have her. She said she can't rely on you since you're a guy and don't really know fashion. I see. Damn it, Miral, what the hell are you up to? You guys are pretty close, huh? If you're going shopping together and everything. Yeah, she and I were close since childhood. You know how cousins are. Didn't we say we didn't know her name a week ago when we were asked? Also, we spent like a week meeting up with her every day on the roof, trying to find this girl, and we never mentioned that she was her cousin, and she doesn't find this weird. Trying my best not to sound like a terrible liar. Cousins, huh? Well, I was surprised when she invited me out, but I have to admit I'm very curious about her. Remember that strange feeling I told you about last week? Yeah? I felt it again when I talked to her yesterday, and it's even stronger than before. Have you been having strange dreams? This is such a bothersome situation. What the hell are you thinking, Miral? Just when I was about to shout her name, a familiar sound greeted me from behind. Sorry for being late. Oh, everyone is here. Awesome. After greeting us with a big smile, Miral suddenly grabbed each of us by the hand and let out a cheerful scream. Let's go! Miral kept dragging us around from store to store. She was especially energetic today, like a kid on a sugar rush. Now let me drink some water. This may seem like a filler scene, but the hidden foreshadowing is gonna blow your mind when you find out the secret twist. After visiting half a dozen clothing stores, I was pretty beat, but Carmen didn't seem to mind it that much. I think she might be even enjoying her time. I keep forgetting she is a girl. She must love shopping like every other girl out there. Hey, am I right, fellas? Am I right? Am I right or am I wrong? Hey. They sure do love shopping. Personally, I'm not a big fan, especially since this is the woman's clothing one. Ew, gross. And I've been getting weird looks from the shop assistants. You would not... Dude, you're not gonna get weird looks if you're with two girls hanging out at the woman's clothing store. It's completely normal. Thank God I came here with girls, or they would have probably called security on my ass. Dude, you're allowed to go in this woman's clothing store as a guy. What are you talking about? Not that I'll even consider coming here alone. I'm not a son. What are you implying? Unable to stand around for another second, I took a sit on one of the benches outside the stores. Phew, God bless whoever invented benches. Like 10,000 years ago. There you are, Dad. I thought I lost you. Jeez, don't call me that out here. Carmen could hear us. Don't worry, Dad. Mom is busy getting changed. I convinced her to buy a new dress. Wait until you see her. She looks super cute. Sigh, is that why you invited us here? You're hoping we start developing feelings for each other just by hanging out together? She's trying to merge the timeline. Jeez, don't say it like that. I just want you guys to see each other outside of your usual circumstances. Plus, I want to hang out with my mom and dad. Why? Can we ask you questions? Why did you come back to from the future? How did you come back from the future? What's the TSR? Like, who's the fucking interdimensional criminal? What does he want? Can we get some information? When she gives me that look, I find it hard to stay mad at her. But this isn't the only reason I asked you to come here. Oh, maybe she is going to answer. Huh? Ralph's beautiful, pure smile quickly changed to a serious expression. Remember the person I told you about before? The one seeking to destroy the world? No? You mean him? The one who kidnapped you and tortured you for information? I didn't know he was trying to destroy the world. Yeah, I've been tracking his signal using the TSR ever since that day. It took me some time, but I've confirmed his location. He is currently at timeline Z89541. In other words, he is back in his timeline. What? Where is he? His spatial location... What do you mean he's currently in his timeline? What do you mean currently? Wouldn't he currently be in multiple places? Currently in another timeline doesn't... It's time. He can't currently be in a different timeline. His spatial location has been changing rapidly, but ever since this time yesterday, he has remained in the same place. What? How can you... How does this make any sense? The city's mall. He's here? But in another timeline? I quickly replied as I started looking around me in shock. Calm down, Daddy. I've been surveying the area ever since we came here. Don't worry, he isn't around. Ral gave me a warm smile as she patted my head. I couldn't help but feel a bit embarrassed being comforted by my own daughter. I'm stuttering a lot today. Yet an ominous vibe continued to linger in my heart. Mom is taking a long time now. Can you go and make sure she's alright, Dad? Oh no, the fucking terrorist got her. Sure. Thanks, tell her to hurry though. There are more stores to check out. Walking towards the store with a heavy heart, I couldn't shake this feeling of dread inside of me. So wait, I don't think I understand. Is he in this store with us right now? Or do you mean he's in this store in a different timeline? And if he's in a different timeline, is he in a different timeline in an equivalent time frame? Or is he in a different time? I have to make sure Carmen is okay. Yeah, that's more important. Inside the stores, I could spot a few girls looking at clothes with curious expressions. The moment they noticed me, the expression quickly changed to a cold stare. Dude, no one cares if you go in a girl's store. Jeez, don't look at me like that. I'm not some creep, I swear. Ignoring their stares, I started looking around for Carmen. And all of a sudden, a soft voice called out to me. What are you doing here? Carmen, who is already wearing a pink dress, looked at me with a flustered expression. You know you're not allowed to be in here. You need to get out before the police catches you. A hint of redness in her cheeks. Morale asked me to find you. She's waiting outside. I see. She's the one who insisted I tried this dress. That's why. Carmen replied as she stuttered in her words, just like me. The redness in her cheeks visibly increased. What do you think? Carmen asked as she looked away in embarrassment. I can understand why she's feeling particularly shy. Carmen is a pretty girl, even a blind person can see that. But she isn't a girly girl, is she not? She doesn't act or dress super feminine. She doesn't even put on any kind of makeup, not that she needs it. So dressing up in a pink dress must be something out of her comfort zone. She's still waiting for my answer. What should I do? Don't tease her, that's mean. You look pretty cute. Really? Yeah. We should go meet up with Miral. Hey Carmen, are you listening? Yeah, I'll change back and meet you guys outside. Okay. Is she gonna be gone? Quickly turning around, Carmen went back to the changing room. I wonder if she's going to buy the dress. Oh well, I should head back to Morale. I've got everything safe here. I walked back outside, but the bench where Morale was sitting was empty. How could I possibly call this? Jeez, where did that bothersome daughter go now? I looked around trying to spot her, but her unique orange hair was nowhere to be found. Sigh, don't tell me she went back home. No, she got kidnapped again. Not again! Was this her plan, inviting us out here, then leaving us alone? She sure watches a lot of movies, that troublesome daughter. I let out another sigh as I pulled out my phone to check the time. Oh, a new text message. I wonder if it's Morale wishing me luck. Did we give Carmen her phone back? Roof. This number, I've seen it before. Shit. Please, God. I shoved my phone in my pocket and started running through the crowd. This number, this fucking number. It's the same one that sent Carmen that text message. It's him, it's gotta be him. And that would mean, Morale, she, please, God, please let me be wrong. Why are you freaking out so much? She was fine last time she got kidnapped. Going up the stairs, I finally arrived at the roof of the shopping mall. Morale, why did he kidnap her, then let her go, then kidnap her again? I yelled out, but there was no response. Morale. She's in another timeline. What the fuck is going on? Oh, you actually showed up. The devoted father has arrived to save his precious daughter. A bit of a cliche, don't you think? But then again, I'm the one who called you here, so I'm the cause of such cliche. Is this us? Is this us from the future? Who are you? Who am I? Chuckle. So she didn't tell you. How adorable, trying to protect her father even this late in the game. I mean, we're in game 1 out of 30, it's not that late. Fine, if she wishes to leave you in the dark, then I won't spoil it. Just call me Butterfly. That's a fucking lame-ass name. Butterfly? Where's Morale? You better not hurt her or you'll kill me. Is that what you were going to say? Pathetic, ha 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 ha. You're more pathetic than the others. At least that drive and motivation behind their words. You're nothing but a fake. More pathetic than the others. The other versions of us? Boring words you hear in movies and video games. You possess no words of your own. Caught? True. What the hell are you talking about? Where's Morale? Speak. Haha, this timeline will be the easiest. Guess you've been going through timelines. You want to see your precious daughter? Don't worry, she's right here. The strange man, calling himself Butterfly, lifted his finger and pointed behind him. Following where he pointed, I saw a girl lying on the ground. Morale, you didn't see her until then? What did you do to her, you fuck? More movie cliches, you're beyond hopeless, observer. Don't worry, she's just unconscious. I have no interest in needless killings, despite her being a pain in the ass for a while now. So you kidnapped her, then let her go, then kidnapped her again, and let her go again. I didn't understand half of the gibberish this hassle was saying, and I frankly didn't care. I need to save Morale. I need to get her away from this asshole before he does anything more to her. But how? If I want to reach her, I'll need to pass through him. But can I actually do it? Despite his odd appearance, she doesn't look very strong. So if I attack, I might be able to knock him down or at least push him away from Morale. But what if he has a knife or even worse, a gun? It's fine, just travel back in time. If he is the interdimensional criminal Morale spoke about, then he may be armed right now. What should I do? Just attack him. If we die, we die. That's right, I can't stand here and do nothing. Miral is in danger. I've got to save her. I don't care if I can't beat him. That's not the goal here. I just need to push him away, grab Miral, and run away. After I made up my mind, I searched for an opening and jumped forward. It felt as if time was slowing down. I prepared my right fist, and aimed straight at his face. Ugh, the pain quickly spread through my body. Shit, what the fuck just happened? I went as fast as I could. He didn't even react. My punch was aimed right at his smug face, but then he just grabbed me and threw me on the ground as if I was nothing. His reflexes, it's not human. Bacana. I was just lying on the ground looking at the sky above. My vision was getting blurry. My body felt weak. Then all of a sudden, everything went dark. Okay, calm down. He only threw you against the ground. He didn't fucking kill you. An observer? That's right. That's who I truly am. I don't need some asshole in a suit to tell me that. I know who I am. An observer. So what? What's wrong with not making any choices? What's wrong with leaving everything to chance? What's wrong with leaving the major choices in my life to some person behind a computer screen? Caught? What's wrong with being an observer? Is it an observer what we're calling the protagonists of games? Why do I have to participate in your game? It's not like I chose to be born. It's not like I wanted to be human in this world. Why should I be forced to do something I didn't sign up for? No, I would rather stay here in this infinite darkness. I will remain here in this world of nothingness. If the world is so forceful about making me choose, then I'll choose to leave the world forever. I choose to never choose again. Wake up, Dad! Wake up! Wake up, Dad! This voice. Miral! I quickly opened my eyes to find myself laying on the ground with the silhouette of a person sitting next to me. Dad, sob. Wake up, Daddy. Miral? Carmen's gonna be mad that we left her in the clothing store alone. Dad, you're okay, sob. Thank God, sob. Stop shaking me around, Miral. I'm getting dizzy. I was so scared. Come on, Miral, stop crying. You're covered in snot and everything. You look ugly. Stop crying. This is not funny, Dad. I was so worried you didn't open your eyes. I shouted and shouted, but your eyes remained closed. I thought you died. Miral's words became impossible to understand after that. It was like a mix of crying and talking. At one point, it sounded like an alien language. My daughter's a real snotty brat, isn't she? Truly troublesome girl acting as if I truly died. Like I'll ever die and leave my daughter behind in this cruel, alone world. As I gazed at the sobbing face of my daughter as she wiped her warm tears away, I couldn't help but smile a bit. This world is a fucking joke. This guy likes cursing a lot. It deserves to be wiped from existence. But this is the world my daughter lives in. To wish for it to disappear would mean wishing for Miral to disappear as well. I don't think your daughter is from this world, so technically, so maybe, just maybe, this world isn't so bad after all. The last time I talked to you about time branches, oh god, not again. Points of contacts for countless timelines converge into a single path. Unlike timelines, time branches are limited in number, and unlike timelines, they house immense energy that's used to control, direct, and maintain the fabric of time. It's not an exaggeration to call this energy the key to time itself. I first believed this energy was locked in the fourth dimension away from mortal hands, but with the help of my insightful teenage daughter, I realized the true location of such energy. It was like she said, such massive energy will need a physical container, a container that exists in the 3D world for some reason, our world. So I only needed to make a device that would be able to locate it. That's when I created the TSR device. The name is short for Temporospatial Relocator Device. The device uses dark energy as its source of power, and after calculating its theoretical input, the device sends its user memories through time back to the time branch. Its memories, so not their body? So then how is Miral like a teenager in this timeline? I know it's a bit complicated to understand, so just know this. The device can send you back in time to where the time branch is located. I think this was very inspired by Steins Gate. whoever wrote this. And when you arrive at the time branch, all you have to do is search around using the device until you locate the time branch's energy. I decided to call that energy a seed. We're just fucking we're just going full fucking like JRPG mode or something. When I found my first seed, it was beyond speechless. It was right behind the local Burger King in a trash can. Even though the TSR, the device I created, was a revolutionary invention in itself, a real-life time machine, it was nothing compared to a seed, a source of power so powerful in maintaining the fabric of time itself. Do you understand what that means? Such energy could power our entire planet for billions of years with just 1/10 of its strength. Also known as 100 billion years. Truly magnificent. But of course, I wasn't interested in harvesting such power. I wasn't interested in its presence. Quite the opposite, I was more interested in its absence. What do you think would happen if someone decided to destroy such power to destroy a seed? What do you think is going to happen if you destroy all the seeds and all of the time branches? I'll tell you what's going to happen. Happiness. Happiness will happen. I quickly opened my eyes to find myself lying on top of a wooden surface. Where am I? Oh, that's right, the city's public beach. I've been waiting for her to come back, but then I must have fallen asleep or something. Ugh, my head! Every fucking time. It's like I'm being punished each time I wake up and each time I return to this world. Sorry for being late, I couldn't find your favorite soda in any of the vending machines. Did we just leave Carmen alone in the store? Huh, what's wrong, Daddy? Your eyes are all red. It's nothing. You look awful, Daddy. Maybe we should call it for tonight. I mean, today was a rough day and you're still injured. Not to mention, we have to go to school tomorrow. So I really think we should go back home and... Morale? You stop that right now, young lady. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yell at you. Look, I need to talk to you. This cannot wait. Okay. I turned around to face the ever-glowing moon that decorated the beautiful night sky. Are we going to start asking questions? I feared I wouldn't be able to say what I needed to if I looked at her in the eyes. Morale, what happened today? With that asshole and everything. It can't happen again. I know, Daddy. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause you any trouble. That's why I went alone in the first place. What did he even do? He was unaware of my presence, so capturing him should have been easy. I don't know how he... Morale, listen to me. That creep is dangerous. You almost died twice already. It doesn't seem like he wants to kill her, or he would have done so already. I'm not letting you near him ever again. Dad, why did he have us find her like both times? Like he texted us a message of where she was. I understand your word, but this is my mission. If I don't do something, then the whole world will be destroyed. And not just our world either, but all the other worlds that exist alongside of ours. Everything will be gone. I don't care. But Dad, look, ever since we've met, I've listened to you go on and on about your mission. I've listened to everything you said, but I never gave much thought to it. Even when I started believing your story, I still approached things like an outsider viewing things from far away. I've only thought about myself and about how much this time travel thing is going to affect my life. It's not just this time either. All my life I've watched things from far away. Like someone filming a documentary, I refused to intervene with affairs that didn't directly concern me. I refused to do anything that wasn't obligatory, anything that I wasn't forced to do. But you know what, Morale? I really do not regret it. It's who I am, it's who I ever was, and it's all I'll ever be. This was something I accepted a long time ago. I see, but there's one thing I can't accept, something I feel so strongly about. Something I cannot allow, something not even my disgusting personality can intervene with. You, Morale, man, you really changed your feeling on this girl, like, in like 2 days. Me? You. If anything, and I mean anything happens to you, I'll kill every single living person on this earth, then kill myself afterward. Okay, calm down, man. Morale looked at me with a calm expression on her face. She then turned around and faced the bright moon. I know, Dad. Trust me, I know that too well. Because she had turned her back on me, I wasn't able to see her expression. She then quickly turned around at me, and with a smile on her face, she spoke. You're ready. You're finally ready for everything. Morale declared with a calm expression as she lifted her eyes to gaze at the glowing moon ahead. Are you familiar with the many worlds interpretation? Are you familiar with Ice 9? The theory was popularized by a man named Bryce DeWitt in the 1960s and 1970s. At least in this time branch. I'm not going to bore you with the scientific details behind it. Yeah, because there's no scientific basis behind it. It's just like a random like science fiction theory. It's not science. All you need to understand is that the theory claims that a multiverse exists. That there are other worlds, other universes that exist parallel with each other. These worlds are what we call timelines. The idea behind the theory was that every choice you make creates another world timeline, but the choice taken is different. And since a single human being makes millions, if not billions of choices in his lifetimes, you probably make billions of choices in a second, but sure. When you add all the choices and possibilities from every single person in this world, then that would lead to an enormous number of possibilities. An enormous number of timelines, worlds, universes, whatever you want to call it. Pretty crazy, huh? Yeah. Your reaction was exactly mine when I first heard of it. It's an amazing theory. No wonder it inspired so many movies, novels, and even video games. I hate it, but it did inspire a lot of media. But sadly, like every other cool theory out there, it was just that. Just a theory. Fucking Google image, like future city. Until the year 2056, okay? About 44 years from now. Hey, it probably sounds like the distant future for you, Dad. But for me, this was my past. I was 14 years old at the time. Okay. So the time machine was... So the scene we saw earlier was 2058. 16 in 2056. When I heard it on every news channel in the world, in multiverse theory, the many worlds interpretation was finally proven by a small team in East Asia. Although no one has managed to visit or access the other worlds yet, the theory was scientifically proven. Somehow, we are not alone in this universe, but instead of creepy green aliens living alongside us, they were humans. So do the aliens create branching paths, or is it only humans? What about dogs? What about like insects? What about like trees? There were other versions of us, other us who made different choices in their lives. God, I hate this. I don't not saying I hate this story, but I just really don't like this version of time travel. Other us, you're saying there are other me out there living the same life as I do? Yeah, but even if their life might seem similar, they can never be identical to yours. Otherwise, only one of you would exist. This is so confusing. I still don't understand what all this has to do with your mission, and why is that asshole Butterfly or whatever his name tried to kill you? Whoever sent you on this dangerous mission, and why the hell did you even agree to that? You're a 16-year-old girl, for God's sake. I understand your anger, Daddy. This whole thing is pretty crazy, but I had no choice but to accept it as my mission. Our world and the other worlds deserve to be saved. So what, how come they didn't send a professional soldier or something? This isn't an anime or a video game, wink wink. High school students should not be saving the world. Why are they sending my daughter to do their own work? Those fucking assholes. I hate the protagonist so much. I could sense the anger bubbling inside of me with every word I spoke. Dad? What? The person who sent me here, the one who gave me this mission, is you! What? Fucking cropped picture. In the year 2056, when the whole world was in shock after the news of the multiverse theory being proven, my dad, you, wasn't. You have already been researching this theory for years, although from a different angle. The team in East Asia was focused on proving that other timelines exist and that the theory was valid. You, on the other hand, were focused on their origin. Every path, no matter how branched and complicated, it comes from a single point of origin. You call these points of origin time branches. Time branches? Yeah, I was ordered not to get into too many details, ordered by you. Since bringing information to the past comes with the risk of creating a time paradox. How can there be time paradoxes if there's a billion different timelines? What? That's paradoxes only happen if we go with a different time travel explanation. There's no paradox if there's multiple timelines. Time paradox, you mean like the ones in movies? Not exactly, but close enough. Anyway, in your research on time branches, you created a special device. You've seen it already, the TSR. It stands for Temporal Spatial Relocator Device. Have I seen it? Is it the cell phone or? Without giving too much info, it's basically a time machine that can only bring you to the time branch of your timeline. In other words, it can only travel to one place in time. This is getting more and more confusing. Just tell me why I sent you on a dangerous mission through time. I was getting there. Geez, who knew an impatient guy like you could become a brilliant inventor in the future? No wonder you kept refusing to tell me about your high school days when I asked you as a child. Okay, stop looking at me like that. I'll get on with the story, jeez. Anyway, after you created the TSR, you wanted to test it yourself, where you discovered that the time branch of this world is located in the year 2012. Wouldn't the time branch of every world be in the year 2012 then? If we're saying that they all the timelines spawn from the same origin point? So wouldn't there have been like a billion versions of you that tried to travel to the past? Shouldn't there be like a billion of you right now? Lots of dangers come with time travel, and since you existed in 2012, there was a chance to meet your past self and create paradoxes left and right. How can there be... whatever, I don't care. So eventually you decided not to do anything. You make me sound like a pretty reasonable man. But then when the fuck did I make my daughter do something I was too afraid to do? It's just so funny how much he curses. Future me is such an asshole. Poof, would you please listen to the rest of the story before you say such careless things? Anyway, like I was saying, you decided to abandon your research for safety reasons. But then something odd happened. The TSR was picking up odd readings. Several signals that were previously there mysteriously disappeared. In other words, time branches were being wiped out one by one. Do you know what happens when a time branch disappears, Dad? You really understand what a time branch is, Miral? So someone is going back in time to the time branch and they're finding it behind the Chuck E. Cheese in the dumpster. They're finding the time branch and they're deleting it somehow. And also they're kidnapping you and letting you go free multiple times for some reason. All the timelines, all of the worlds that originated from that time branch disappear forever. Every single human being living in those worlds gets wiped out of existence. Something, or rather someone, is destroying the world. Each and every world that exists. Okay, but you said with the machine you can only go back to the previous time branch. So you could only erase the worlds that flow down from your branch. You couldn't destroy worlds from a different branch. And since there's like a billion branches, it doesn't really matter, I guess. The butterfly, yes, he's the one behind it. Oh, like the butterfly effect. If no one stops him, everything is going to disappear. I still don't get it. If the future me discovered such a threat, why didn't he tell the government or the army or someone instead of sending his teenage daughter? Or why didn't he do it himself? He did. He told every single person who would listen. But what do you say when someone tells you that some interdimensional criminal is destroying the timelines? Even after the multiverse theory was proven, no sane person would believe someone saying such crazy things. Whatever. Especially some guy who's not even a well-established scientist yet. Shit! Still, that's no excuse. Even if no one listened, I won't send my teenage daughter. I'll go myself. That's what you were going to say, right? Yeah, that's what I said. You really are my dad. Huh? My dad, you. Dude, the parentheses are so funny. He did exactly that. When no one listened, he went on it alone. He tweaked the TSR and prepared for the journey of saving the world. Through some calculation, he managed to find the next time branch that was probably going to get attacked. Isn't there only one time branch you could go to? Whatever, man, whatever. So using the TSR, he closed his eyes and jumped through time and space to that time branch. I don't know what exactly happened here, or there. All I know is that one day, my mom asked me to check on you in your lab. That's when I saw it. Your dead body lying in the middle of the lab with stab wounds all over your chest. So, I thought we were only sending our mind in the past. But your dead body appeared back in the future from having been stabbed in the past? You were killed. Someone took my daddy away from me. I cried for months after that. I cried when I woke up. I cried before I went to sleep. I cried in my high school's bathroom. I did my best not to cry in front of my mom. I could feel she was going through enough. So I would sneak to your lab after school and just sit there in the darkness crying myself to sleep. And one day I found it. Your research diary. Oh, that's the dreams I've been having. You made sure to write every single thing about your research in it. It was like you knew you could fail in your mission and you wanted to leave information for the person who would find this diary. A person who might decide to finish your mission. Of course, I thought you expected your daughter to find it. I knew full well you wouldn't want me to be the one to finish your mission. I understood that. But this was something I had to do. I mean, yeah, otherwise your timeline gets erased and you die, so... It was fate that led me to your diary. It was fate that showed me the truth. Your mission is now mine to accomplish. Okay, I guess I lied to you, Dad. I'm not just doing this to save the world. I'm doing this to avenge my father as well, to kill the person who took you away from me. Okay, well, can you explain what was up with you saying you met us in 2018, but we were 2012 self? What was up with that? Aren't you going to say anything? Dad? What do you want me to say, Morale? You literally told me I'm going to die. I mean, in like 50 years, you still have like a good chunk of life to go. I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to stop him. I'm going to stop your killer from destroying the world. Then I'm going to use whatever device he's using to travel between timelines and kill him before he kills you. I'm going to finish him, Daddy, I swear. No, it's pointless. Huh? I'm not a total dumbass, Marielle. You just told me traveling to a timeline where your past self exists is dangerous. Is it? If you go back to the time I was killed, you'll create a time paradox and you'll be wiped out from existence. Even an idiot like me watched 1 or 2 time travel movies. You can't. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to mix and match like this. You can't have paradoxes. And you can't, and also have multiple timelines and like branching paths. I understand what a time paradox is. There's no fucking way I'm letting you do that. No, Dad, you've got it wrong. I can go back and... Morale, stop please. You can't defeat fate. What's written shall never be erased. You can travel back in time over and over and over and over and over and over again. And the dead would still die. What do you mean? She's literally changing the past right now, isn't she? A certain mad scientist taught me that. All you can do is accept it and believe there was a good... Okay, yeah, this person, whoever wrote this, played Steins Gate and decided to write this. That's what fate is. Okay, I mean, I guess it makes sense then, because I also didn't like how the time travel was handled in Steins Gate. So it would make sense that I don't like it here either. But I'm gonna stop him. I'm gonna finish the mission my future self began. I'm going to kill Butterfly. I'm going to help you do just that. No, you're going home. You're going home, young lady. What? Your mom is your words sick. She just lost her husband. Don't make her think she lost you too. But Dad, you can't do this alone. I have more information than you. You love your mom, don't you? Of course, why are you? Then go to her. Be there for her. That's the mission he'll want for you. How can there be 20 more installments in this series? How is that even possible? The mission I'll want for you. That's not fair. The silence reigned over us after that. There was nothing more to say, nothing more to discuss. I finally understood the whole story. I feel like there's still a lot of questions we could be asking, but sure. For once in my pathetic excuse of a life, I had a goal. Not to save the world or be a hero for humanity. Wouldn't this also create a paradox? If we get killed by Butterfly, and then we can't give birth to Miral, so then she can't go back in the past and tell us to kill the Butterfly. I didn't give a rat's ass about that shit. Dude, the main character is so cringe. This hell of a world deserves to be wiped out for all I care. If you asked me last week, this would have been my answer. But things are different now. I have a daughter, a very brave and strong daughter. You met her like 3 days ago, and she needs a world to live in, a world to grow up in, and seek her happiness. This is why I have to do this. This is why I have to kill him. For my daughter! Alright, man. Let's stop here for now. Yeah. It seems like it's literally just Steins Gate. I actually think the time travel makes slightly less sense than Steins Gate. Because Steins Gate didn't worry about paradoxes, right? Did it? Oh no, it did. It did, right? Or no, did it? I know it had like a whole fate thing. Like, oh, you can't save... What was her name? The fucking Tuturu girl. Mayuri? Was that her name? You can't save her no matter what you try. She's always gonna die. So he had to like change the changes to the past that he did. He had to like undo his changes. But like in Steins Gate, it was also like world lines and like there was different timelines and shit. Yeah. Is Butterfly us from like a different timeline or something? If Butterfly is us from a different timeline, Morale just said that if you go to a timeline where you already exist, then it's a paradox and the world blows up or something. So it can't be us. What does the sun have to say about all this? What's the sun's take on all this? I wanna know. Okay, anyway, we're gonna stop here. See you next time.